Welcome to Verbal Pick Video, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. I'm here live with my sister Siddeeqah. Sister Siddeeqah was in the first rise, in what we call the first rise of the Nation of Islam, coming out of the mighty Temple Number 7 in New York, back when Malcolm was there, and Ali, and Wardi, Minister Farrakhan, and the messenger,
yes.
Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
yes,
where that original energy of love and the purpose to build a nation and uplift the black man and woman in the wilderness of North America, in which we in today. I'd like to welcome you to the show, and I appreciate you for giving us just a brief moment of your time, because I know your time is valuable. But since this is Black History Month, we want to give people the true history. And another thing too, though, on Netflix right now they showing they doing a documentary on the death of Malcolm X, and then they doing another one on some direct TV channel about Malcolm X. But the nation is coming back in the spotlight, but a lot of this is secondhand knowledge. And so we're giving you first-hand knowledge from a sister who was actually there. So, Sister Siddeeqah, welcome to the show. How you doing today?
I'm just right, brother.
Good.
You mentioned Malcolm X, and I want to tell you what I recall of Malcolm X. I was born in New York City, and I remember as a younger girl, we would go to 125th Street, and this brother would be teaching and speaking. We didn't know what he was talking about, but we could feel the energy of the people. They were all, we knew what he was saying was positive, because everybody was happy and hugging each other.
Come on.
So it left the children the same way.
Right.
You know, hugging and each other. And well, all of Harlem, I was born in Harlem on 118th Street, and the brother Minister Farrakhan was the minister there at Temple Number 7, and the messenger used to come periodically. You know, and so all of Harlem was, if they didn't, or if they weren't in the Nation of Islam, they were saying Assalamu alaikum, and they were respecting all the women. And the women didn't dress like they do today.
Right.
So the men respected them more.
Come on.
Because I feel the longer your dress is, the more respect you get.
That's right. There's a science behind it.
Yes, it is. Because it's the less you see, the more you want to.
Right.
You know, right now, everybody is all over the world.
Right. It leaves nothing for discovery. It's just, you know.
So therefore, what happens to the mind, people talk to you differently.
Right.
They talk to you differently. Now, I can remember the messenger when he used to put his elbow on the podium, and he would talk, because I was always up in the front seat. Right. You know, I get a twinkle in my eye when I talk about him, because I'll never forget him.
Yes.
Should have cut that phone off.
That's okay, sister. That's okay. I'm enjoying this bean soup.
Let me cut it off.
Yeah, this is live. We live.
It is live.
Yeah, we're live. So you know things go on when you live and direct.
That's true. So, what I really remember about the Nation of Islam was the love we had and the camaraderie. Right. There was stuff going on inside. We all know that. We read about that. However, it was a lot of love between the sisters. If a sister came to the temple and you didn't recognize her, or you know that she was maybe out of her element, whether she was a Muslim or not, you would embrace her.
Come on.
And you take her under your wing, like.
Right.
It's different today, and times are different today too. Like, and I have been to the temple here,
right,
in Houston, and I never got the camaraderie. Never. Sisters are so different now.
Right.
They claim to be Muslims,
right,
but Islam is love.
Right.
You know, it's knowledge, it's teach. You know, nobody's perfect, but however, not but is negative. However, it's the camaraderie. The love is not there. And I feel it's from their teacher didn't instill this in them. Whoever these sisters are, So it's the head, it's not the body, because your body is only as strong as your head.
Correct. It's I've heard that before, and it's good that you stated that, because it gives us a mission, and those that's hearing it a mission to combat that and bring in the love, because we can accomplish more out of the spirit of love, and that will produce unity.
That's so true.
It's a shame, and it's not understandable, because you're in the fourth largest city in America, all these black people, and we understand the condition that black people are in, and we want to solve that condition or help solve it. But the main thing is when you're in love, or you giving love, then you produce in harmony, and you can work in harmony to solve whatever problems or whatever may ail someone, because we were created out of love.
That's true.
So and sometimes a lot of people are afraid to point that out.
True.
But it needs to be pointed out, because it needs to be corrected if we want to maintain and survive in the future.
That's right.
Love.
That's right.
Okay. And you came from a place of love, the beginning, so you know what you're talking about, because you know what you've seen.
Yes. I am so blessed to be born in those times, and born in Harlem, New York, with Brother Minister Farrakhan, and able to see and know who Brother Malcolm X was, and most of all to know who the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and to see him in person, and to touch him, and to have him shake my hand.
Oh, come on.
And touch my shoulder.
Sis, people can't say that. A lot of people cannot say that.
And I have a book that Minister Farrakhan gave me, because I brought in 16, we used to go fishing. We call them fishing. You go out fishing.
Right.
And I brought in 16 people. So they presented me with a book. It's up in my attic.
Well,
I'm going to show it to you.
God, you got 16 lost found.
Oh, yes. And not only that, I've got Muhammad Speak newspapers. I've got Muhammad Speak newspapers.
Still,
from the 70s.
We're gonna have to. We'll get back with y'all with pictures on that, and we'll do the video on that part later in a later date.
Yes,
to show you all that. This the radio part today, but yeah, that's a blessing. Muhammad Speaks.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Yeah, that's when the messenger was writing his articles.
Yeah.
I know he started off at the Pittsburgh Courier.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't have any of that, though.
Right.
But I do remember that.
Right.
Oh, something very important. I lived in Virginia, and I met Brother Benjamin and his wife. I forgot the sister's name. Now, they lived in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Brother Minister Benjamin. The messenger stayed at their house.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And my children went to the University of Islam. And when we moved to California, they skipped each one of my children a whole year because they had so much knowledge.
Well.
So each came out a year earlier.
Yeah.
Yes. See, we're not getting the basics now. The basic knowledge that we used to get in Islam. We're not getting that now. I even have my Muhammad, what is that book? The FOI book from my husband. My husband's FOI book.
The original FOI manual.
Yes, I have the original FOI manual. I'm going to show that to you too, man.
They're going to be, people be glad to see that,
And did I ever show you the picture I have of...
Master Muhammad?
Yes,
picture,
sir.
Yeah, I did take a picture of that and put that out.
You did? Okay.
People saw that, that picture of Master Muhammad, who was, it was done by Herbert.
Yes.
Muhammad.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And because we were talking how when Black History Month, they'll give you Martin Luther King or Malcolm Rosa Parks, but very few want to talk about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's very true.
You know, and I'm so blessed to have someone who actually met him, seen him, talk with him, to give their testimony of their experience.
Yes.
With, and that was there during that time, who can tell the people the pulse that he had on the city or the people that he was around.
Impact. Oh, the impact was great. A humble man. Very humble man.
Right.
You know.
Loved his people and was well respected.
Very well respected. Mild-mannered.
From Detroit to Chicago. I love it. Black Bottom, Detroit. Did he tell you, or did you have any knowledge of Masfar Muhammad that we might don't know today?
I don't think so. Brother.
Okay.
Not that I can recall right now.
Right on it. Okay.
Did you see the picture that I have with of myself when I was younger with
on stage with Malcolm?
Yes.
And Wardee.
Yes.
Yeah, I got that,
yes.
and I put a thing pointing to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent, beautiful picture. Yeah.
Yes. We used to go to Savior's Day. As a matter of fact, I was on the airplane on my way to Savior's Day when the messenger passed away. I was on the airplane
75.
in 1975. That's right. I have that newspaper also.
That's.
I certainly do.
Wow.
You know, it's amazing how you smile when you talk about the past. You know. Yeah. It was
you can
wonderful.
go. You can almost. It takes you back there. You can see it.
I can visualize it.
Visualize. You can see the landscape, the scenery. You know what was around, and because I always say, man, it seemed like the sun shined a little brighter back then. I don't know.
Yes,
I could be wrong.
And I'll tell you something else, which I found back then: the children of Muslims from the Nation of Islam, well, most of them grew up to be successful in that generation back then.
Right.
They grew up to be because they learned the basics of employment and how to do things when they were younger, because they were selling Muhammad Speaks at 6 and 7 and 8 and selling Whitey's H&G,
That's right.
So they knew what to do with their money, and so they learned so young. That's why they were so successful. That's
right. We have to have in this city an economic program for the youth.
Yes.
Where they can make money. But then it seems like we have to, how can I put this? Do business when it's time to do business, and be personal and jolly, or friendship when it's time to be personal, jolly, and friendship. Meaning have a goal, stick with it, and follow the plan until you succeed. For some reason, it seems like today we're not taking business serious, or don't understand.
We're not as disciplined.
Yeah.
I don't think we're as disciplined as we were years ago.
Right.
We was a lot of discipline.
Right.
And
that produces success.
Yes, it does. So.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, y'all don't mind me now. Sister made some bean soup, so
original
bean soup for me, and I appreciate it. And I'm talking and eating right now, so don't mind me none. Well,
yes, sir.
But and also one day she's gonna let me listen to some of the old lectures or tapes that she had of the messenger, and hopefully I can share that with you all and let you all listen in on some of the recordings of that powerful teaching, because his reach stretched beyond just America.
Oh, yes.
The messenger was worldwide.
Oh, yes, he was.
And they love him still till this day. Mm-hmm. He produced Malcolm, produced
Yes,
Mr. Farrakhan.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Muhammad Ali. Brother Jeremiah X.
And I was listening to Brother Joel Osteen the other day, and he was teaching Islam.
Yeah.
It appears now what we learned in Islam when we were younger is what the ministers and The preachers are teaching now.
Today. That's right.
Which is a blessing.
That's right.
But we're just so far ahead of them.
That's right. We're far ahead of, and sometimes they go back and you know it's coming from out of the nation.
Oh, yeah.
They just don't give the credit.
No, they
but
won't.
we know where
Yes.
it's coming from.
Yes.
You know. Yeah, we understand that the dynamics of that because it was mathematics and science. It can be proven in no limited amount of time.
That's right.
You know, and people act on that knowledge, and like you said, in those days a lot, and that's what made a lot of people successful. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, even the statements of big fields away for the wide awake man. You know, and it's and that's true. If your eyes are open, you see things.
Yes.
You know, you understand opportunity when it's in front of you, and you take advantage of that. You know,
Yes, sir.
and you have to be awake. You know, your eyes have to be open. You know, and it's so much out there for us to do with the minds that we have. There's no such thing as I can or lack or how I'm gonna do this. You know, with those teachings, you will feel this, and you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. You know, even till this day, if only you believe, like the good book say.
Mm-hmm. You know, and there was so much respect. So much respect, you know, back then. And that's one of the things that I feel that we've lost, we as Muslims, we've lost respect for each other. A lot of respect has gone. It's like I say we are lions living in the cage of the bear with the instincts of the lion, yet we act like the bear.
Wow.
You know, that's exactly how we are. We're beginning to act just like the bears. You know, but with our instinct inside of us, we know right from wrong.
We acting like the bear.
Because basically, we all Muslims. We're all black people are Muslims.
Right.
That's why they get so confused when they do something wrong.
Right.
You know?
That's right.
Because they know right.
You know right. It's instilled in you. You was created knowing right from wrong.
But
with
you in
an
that bear's
inclination
cage,
for God.
so you act like a bear instead like a lion. Instead of like a lion, which you are.
That's just so interesting you said that. Look, I don't want to go off the pad, but it just came to me. I got to say it. We was talking on how when the colonizers or the Europeans, whatever, when they came into America, they lost their accent. Meaning that even with Africans, you come into America as second generation, you might have a name of Africa, but you lose the accent. So showing that you amalgamated into a society of people that was already here, you took on their culture in ways, meaning that the black people that was already in America, that was already building, whenever you come into someone's land, you have to engulf yourself into their ways, their accents, their language, and the way they do things. Meaning, if we was to move into China, our second generation would be of their Chinese culture, and they would start developing a Chinese accent. We speak the language.
Yes.
So that's why you don't see the Europeans that came from Sweden or Germany. After that second generation, they lose all that accent.
Yeah.
You start talking like the indigenous people that was already here. That's why they want to sing like we do, dance like they want to be us because you part of our culture that we already built before you got here.
That's very true.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
And one of the reasons why I feel it makes it difficult for us to talk sometimes. Sometimes you find brothers and sisters and they don't talk proper, supposedly so-called proper.
Right.
It's because that's not our language. That's not our instinctive language.
That's not our instinct. No, we're losing. We're losing our instinctive language to try to copy or emulate someone else's.
Bear.
Off the bear. We trying to be like the bear and we lions.
We the lions.
That's right. It's not going to add up.
Yeah.
Be the lion. Like, and one thing I like, Brother Farrakhan said, walk heavy on the earth. Brother, this yours. Why you walking around timid and worried about what's somewhere? This is yours. Act like it.
I remember something which just came to my mind that Messenger used to say, life is like an elevator. You get off when it's your stop. It has nothing to do with what we're saying, but not when I tell you to get off. You get off when it's your stop. That never left my mind, you know.
Come on.
So you have to do things when you feel it's right.
Right.
You know, but always try to do the right thing.
Always trying to do the right. Come on, I need to hear that. I needed to hear that. Yeah. I needed to hear that.
You know, yes.
Yeah. You get off when you
get off when your stop.
At your stop. Yeah, you don't get up at my stop.
But while you're in that elevator, do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
You know,
right.
until you get off.
Until you get off. Wow, that's powerful.
You know, and to add to that, brother, I've met Muslims from Africa that come here. And that's the distinction between us and them. Something that I feel that they do. I don't feel we do.
Right.
Because you are an original. If you understand your history, you're not better than us. Your grandfather should have jumped in the water.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So you need to come and help us.
That's right.
That's what you need to do.
Yeah, we descendants, right.
We your grandchildren.
That's right, we your grandchildren. That's
You
right.
got the language. You got the culture.
Yeah.
Teach us.
That's right.
They put their nose up in
They
it. Not
put their-
all.
That's right, because Ghana trying to get people to come back, but a lot of them do come and be like, or try to act like they better than we are, but then they get shocked when they get called a nigga.
Exactly.
Like
or
you.
if they get shocked if they're called black.
Or they get shocked, yeah, right. You in America, they don't like you. They can't, look, the colonizer, they can't tell the difference.
Did you know there was a TV station called Afrocentric?
Afrocentric. I kind of do remember something.
We have two African stations. It's around where Bounce is. You know the station Bounce?
I heard of Bounce.
Okay, it's going up. A couple of stations up to Bounce.
Yeah, one is they do number of African movies and right.
And the other is Conversations.
Right.
I just picked that up this week, Afrocentric, you know? And actually I really wanted to talk with them to see, like we're talking now.
Right.
All I see is Africans there. Why not have any African Americans? Why can't we talk about us being here and how we got here? Why am I so light-skinned?
Right.
Let's talk about that.
Right. Yeah. Well, we know how to colonize.
Yeah, but don't get better. You know, you're not better than me, and I'm not better than you. You know.
And that's right. And over time, they children amalgamates into this society. So after a while, they lose all.
They become a bear.
They become a bear. They come up and become the bear too.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want their kids to stop sagging and
that's right.
your kids threw that dashiki away.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Put on a Nike shirt.
No more principles, no more morals, and no more respect.
But then you looking over here at us, you not doing anything to help the negative narrative that has been told about black people by the colonizer. A lot of y'all just sit on the sideline and complain. You're not in the fight.
That's right.
Then you want to complain about your child becoming a bear.
That's right.
You know,
That's
but you don't want to unite with the blacks who already been here,
yes.
who know the problem,
yes.
who can tell you what's getting ready to take place.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You don't want to socialize with us.
Mm-mm.
But hey, you know, but just like we became the bear, in time you're gonna become the bear too.
That's right.
We came over here with the same mores and the same knowledge, just leaving Africa, and over time they're not teaching that in the school system.
Mm-hmm.
We lost that, and it wasn't passed down from generation to generation. Just like it'll be with the first generation of Africans. By the time your grandkids in America, they're gonna be forgotten.
They'll be a bear.
Be a bear. They say they'll be a bear too.
Yeah, because they're not entwining with us.
That's right.
They separate themselves from us because they feel, not at all, but a lot of Africans who come here feel that they're better than us because they don't understand the plight of the black man here.
Right.
The white man is not afraid of the African man. He's afraid of the African American man.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he knows what he's done.
Yeah. Now, do you remember in the teachings and the lessons where it talks about the the Indian coming to America 16,000 years ago because they were disagreeable. Anyway, that's in the Supreme, right? And I'm thinking that some of us, our ancestors, left Africa over between 16 and 20,000 years ago and came into the Americas. And the reason why I say that is because it's a guy named Ganga Zumba who was a slave by the Portuguese, and they brought him to Brazil. Mm-hmm. And when he hit Brazil, the Portuguese was like, it wasn't nothing but black people in Brazil. Mm-hmm. And so what Ganga Zumba did, he just came from Africa. He got with the native Brazilians, and they got together and formed the army and whooped the Portuguese. Whipped the Portuguese. Because he was like, I'm black, y'all black. It's more of us than them. You know what I mean? Yes. And they came together. Mm-hmm. You know, it was wild. You know, it was like, and the funny part about it is that the native Brazilians that was there before the Portuguese got there, and when they brought their slaves with them to Portugal, some of the dances that the Brazilian was doing was similar to what they was doing in Africa. They had, so maybe they walked across during Pangea, or maybe they traveled 16,000 years prior, or what. But it just showed the blacks in Veracruz, Mexico, been in Mexico. Mm-hmm. You know, for centuries. I mean, our black people didn't come to the Americas on the slave ship.
This is
and
true.
A lot
That's
did.
right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And but the good but since Yakub taught them their technology and their science, they knew how to. They the masters of divide and conquer. That's right. They know how they can see the difference. You know, even if you've been here for 40 years, and you got an African who just got here in 1 year, that white boy see the difference, and he gonna know how to play on that and keep y'all at odds with each other.
That's right.
Yeah, no, he cold. Right. He cold. He on his job.
That's right.
He know what he doing. You know.
That's right.
But the sad part about it is we not supposed to be fooled nowadays.
We're not supposed to be.
We still a bear. We got to get out the bear mindset.
Yes.
You know? We got to get. We lions, being. That was profound. We're lions acting like bears.
That's right. But the instinct of the lion.
It's the instinct of the lion.
And acting like the bears.
Wow. I mean, wow. Mm-hmm. That's a scientific mad problem.
Yeah,
we got to solve.
That's true.
We got to solve.
That is so true.
We have to solve that. Sister Siddeeqah, I appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate this moment in time we're talking with you.
Yes, sir.
Until next time.
I'm going to get those tapes together.
And we're going to play them out. We'll sit here, do a show, and listen to them tapes, and let the people hear and learn.
All right.
Verbal Prick Radio. We're out, and once again, Sister Siddeeqah, thank you for being on the show.
Yes, sir.
We out.